What is going on, lads? Jack here and welcome to another FM research episode. Today, got something a little bit different for you guys, going back to our roots, going back to the Chosen One, except we're not going back to the Chosen One. If you don't know what I'm on about, by the way, guys, go check out the playlist in the description, which will have all the FM research episodes past, of which there's not that many, and all the future ones as well. So, yeah, guys, today I've got something a little bit different for you guys. I looked at the comments, and a highly requested one was that I look at physical stats v technical stats. So, I thought to myself, how can I check this? And one thing that I've always gone by is the fact that physical stats are better in the lower leagues than technicals. So, I was thinking, you know, how can I test this in the lower league? So what I've done is I've replaced Grimsby Town and Lincoln City with a team full of physical players and a team full of technical players. Both clubs are exactly identical, same manager, same players. I'll even show you they all have the same goalkeepers who have 10 in everything and can play every position. So you can see here, they're all the same CA and PA. Their ages all vary just to mix things up a little bit. And then every physical player has 15 physical, 5 technicals and 10 mentals. You'll see if I just spam down, they can play every position. They all have the same CA and PA. The reason the numbers change is because of just randomness. I should also point out there are a few players on loan, but I don't think they'll be getting first team football. So what we have here is a team full of players on 100 CA current ability with physicals and no technicals. And then if I go on the Lincoln City side, they have technicals and no physicals. I'll just show you that. So exact same goalkeepers. And then if I just go on a technical player, you'll see they've got the technicals and no physicals, and they can all play every position. Now, I don't know what the results of these tests are going to be. I was thinking, like, how can I possibly test this? And they seem like the easiest way to test it. The problem with this being is that, I don't know, lack of technicals completely could be a problem. And although I say, oh, physicals are something I look for in the lower leagues, you still need that core of technical ability. And my concern is that maybe having all these technicals and no physicals is going to kind of make this team better than, say, the physical team. Because although the team has better physicals, you know, the Grimsby team is physicaler, they don't have any kind of technical ability, whereas in reality you should be looking for technicals as well as good physicals, if that makes sense. So although this test isn't really, I suppose, real world scenario, it should give us a pretty good idea of what this kind of effect has. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to run the same test 3 times this year, and then what I might do is in like the next episode we'll look at the long-term future of these clubs. I mean, each team has 26 of these players, so the chances are that a lot of them are going to spend their at least immediate future at the club, and so it could be interesting to see how things go. But anyway, guys, we'll see what happens in the first year a number of times, and I will join you guys in just a second. Okay, guys, so we're back, and I've not checked anything just yet, but let's just see what happened this year in the Blue Square Bet Prem. Holy poop. Okay, where are physical? Oh, 11th. Okay, my theory might window immediately here, guys. Technical won the league with their pure technical stats. If I go on general, where's selection info? Selection info? Obviously all their players play everywhere, so they've kind of just mixed and matched between every game, but I'm kind of surprised anyway. They all have insane average ratings. How have they finished that high up? Okay, I honestly, guys, I was not expecting this. I talked to a few people and I had help with making the database from a few other FM kind of experienced players, and we all kind of decided without a shadow of a doubt that physical were going to win the league even with only 5 technicals, but that is not the case. So these guys finished, was it 11th? Yeah, 11th. What are their fixtures like? That's an interesting one, that. Looks like they lost a lot, 1-0, 2-1. There's not a lot of difference between the sides, but even so, that's really poor. Like, really poor. I can't believe that. That's mental. That is mental. Let's have a look at their squad. Their squad doesn't have the average ratings again, because they because they don't have the technical attributes, because they're just athletes. They're not very good at playing football, and so whereas the other players are kind of really technically gifted footballers who are just old. But I'm still kind of surprised at the impact. what happened when the two teams played each other, like, specifically? Where's a technical? 1-1 draw, and it might be right at the end of the season. Where is the other technical? I'm going blind. Oh, it's here. They won 2-0. So technical lost to physical both times, but technical did better in the league overall. I don't really know what to draw from this. It's a funny one. I really wasn't expecting these results. I'm going to rerun the test, I think, for another few years, and we'll just see if there's any pattern emerging. But I'm pretty curious with those results. So guys, yeah, I'll join you in a second and we'll look more into this. This is odd. Okay guys, so second rerun of the test done. The reason for doing this rerun is just to make sure there isn't like a one-off fluke, and it looks here like, well, technical finished second and physical finished 13th, so both teams finished lower down. Technical obviously didn't gain promotion this year and physical finished 13th. I suppose we will check the average ratings. I'm expecting these average ratings to be in the 7s, which they are. And then when I go on the physicals, I'm half expecting the physicals to not be performing very well. Let's check this. Lots of 6s again. Okay, so pretty consistent results, it would have to be said. Looking at the league, when they played each other, they drew the first game, and then when they met the second time, they drew again. So, I don't know. I really don't know what to draw from this, guys. I'm going to run it once more, because this is really inconclusive. Okay, guys, so we are back for the third and final time, for this episode at least, and I'm hoping, for my sakes, that the physical team does better this time, but where are they? Slightly closer, I suppose. Okay, so technical won the playoffs this year, actually, but they only finished third, and physical finished 9th. So, I don't know, this test seems to really suggest that technical stats are better overall. If I look at view all fixtures, let's see how they did against each other, because that's a good kind of way of seeing how good they are. So, a draw and then technical won this time. So, against each other across the 6 games, these teams are really closely matched. There's very few goals between the teams when a team does win. But what I'm kind of seeing is the fact that the physical teams seem to struggle in the league. Like, so, okay, they have the faster players, which is of a benefit. But if you look at these average ratings, only 2 players average a 7, and they're both goalkeepers. Whereas, if I go to the technical team, their players, if I just go on them, you know, there's a number of players there with above 7. In fact, the majority of the squad is. So what I'm kind of seeing is it seems like the technical players play better on the football field. I mean, you've got to remember that this whole test, the technical players have good technicals, and that's going to mean that they pass more, they finish more, they tackle better, they mark better, whereas the faster players and the more physical players simply have speed and strength on their side. So it's kind of that whole kind of pure speed and pure power via the technical kind of giftedness of certain players. And what I'm seeing is the fact that the technical players, at this level at least, in the lower leagues, seem to have an advantage even with their complete lack of speed. I mean, one thing that has got to be noted is the fact that these players all have 100 potential ability, current ability, which is the equivalent of a championship side, and neither of these teams is walking the league. I mean, I can guarantee you if I was to put in a balanced team with 100% current ability, like I've done with these teams, they'd walk the league pretty easily because they would be a championship quality team, whereas what I'm seeing here is that it's not all about having one or the other, and if you had to have the choice of pure technicals and no physicals or vice versa, you're probably better off going with the technicals in the lower leagues. But realistically, you are looking for that mix of both if you were wanting to walk the league, because I'd say both these teams have underperformed in terms of what their players should be doing, but for the physical players it seems to be more down to I suppose a lack of giftedness with the football at their feet. You know, they can't finish, they can't do the passes, and that's reflected in their average ratings, whereas the technical players are able to, you know, pass and get the high average ratings, but they can't manoeuvre themselves around the football pitch as well, and so they lose against kind of teams that are better balanced than they are. So, I mean, pretty interesting results there. Obviously, we're seeing that there is both teams are doing well, if that makes sense. Like, neither of them have completely screwed up, but I'd say both teams have underperformed, which is pretty interesting to see. This series is all about testing out scenarios and stuff and seeing where it goes. I think for the next episode in this series, it'll probably just be a shorter episode in which I might skip 5 years into the future and see what kind of happens. I'll use the first set of results. The technical will get promoted as group winners, and we'll kind of see if kind of pure technical on its own can get them out of the league, and if pure physicalness will get, I guess, physical out of the league over time as these players improve, because they all have 100 current ability but 150 potential ability, so these players could all improve vastly. So it could be pretty interesting just to see over a number of years, like, do the physical players improve their technique enough to get promoted, and can technical players alone keep you up in League One and maybe see you get future promotions? Because I feel as if that would be something interesting to see. Guys, if you've got any suggestions for how I could have run this test alternatively, kind of looking into the effect of technical and physical stats, let me know in the comments. If you've got any other future suggestions for, I guess, the next FM research kind of thing that you'd like to see, leave it down below as always. Other than that, guys, if you've enjoyed the episode, give it a like. More likes on certain videos encourages me to make those videos more frequently. So if you're enjoying this, by giving a like, it lets me know that you're enjoying it, but also makes me think, oh, people are enjoying this, I'll do it more. So that's that, I suppose. But yeah, that is everything, guys. Thank you for watching if you have up until this point. It is really appreciated, and hopefully you're enjoying this FM research series. I know I am. And other than that, guys, it's me, Jack, and I will talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.